What's going on, everybody? I just want to share another quick experience about stepping out on faith, taking a risk. Because I was trying to more recently be obedient to God even more so in healing the sick. I already preached the gospel, but that's just inspired me to want to move in even more of the gifts of the Spirit that are available to us. Because if Jesus Christ, if my spirit and God's spirit are one, then I can do all of these things that has done. You know, um, so as I posted in the last video, been praying more about getting words of knowledge and moving in words of knowledge. So I'm downtown. I'm working. As I'm upstairs, I'm listening to some videos, and I'm also talking to God about moving in words of knowledge. Trying to quiet my mind to hear Him more clearly and readily. Because again, as I explained in the other video, I have a vivid imagination, and my mind can just go 100 miles an hour. So the guard downstairs popped in my mind as I'm upstairs. So then it also popped in my mind that he received an injury when he was 21 years old, and that it still bothered him. So I'm like, okay. I was hoping I'd see him somewhere secluded, because when I play around and I say sometimes I'm stalk and pray, right? When I find somebody off by themselves to pray for them or to deal with them when it comes to things pertaining to God, I call it stalk and pray, just having a little bit of fun. But I didn't see him by himself. I actually found him back behind the guard's desk with another guard. So I'm signing out, saying my goodbyes, and I'm like, you know what? Let me ask you something. He takes his headphone out and gives me his attention. I'm like, at 21 years old, did you injure yourself? Did you receive an injury or something? Does it still bother you? And he's like, he looks at me and he starts looking around like, no, not that I remember. No, why you ask? And I'm like, well, we're all spiritual beings, and I'm just trying to listen more, make myself more available to hear what the Spirit has to say, concerning other people. And he's like, it's funny you mention that though, because my side's been hurting for like the last 2 months on and off. And he starts talking about his side, like right in the abdominal area, on the side or whatever of his abdominal area. And so we talking about it, and I ask him what his pain levels are. I'm thinking this is about to turn into a healing situation. So I start addressing it, on that level. Like, okay, so what's the pain level? 1 through 10, 10 being the worst. He's like, oh, it's a 1 or 2. I'm like, it's a 1 or 2, okay, but if you would allow me to speak to it, that pain will leave. And he looks at me with a blank look. He just looks at me. He didn't even blink. And I'm gonna try to do the face. He looks at me like, how can he do it? But he just looked at me. He never responded on that level. So after I said that, he looked at me for a few seconds. I'm like, look, I understand it's not magic, it's not voodoo, it's just simply me speaking to the situation. God uses me to heal people. And I understand you're a Muslim man, but even Muslims have a certain level of respect for Jesus. It definitely is not on the same level that I have the respect for him, but they have some level of respect for him. And that's just me right there trying to just find a common grounds with him, because it looked like he was like, I don't know. He had to look like what's going on here, like he was in a twilight zone or something. So then from there, the other guard, the older gentleman, begins speaking and just talking, talking about all sorts of things. How old are you? Did you get it checked out? As you get older, your body breaks down. You got to take care of your body. He's talking about food. He's talking about Food and Drug Administration. He's talking about a lot of stuff. So 5 minutes into the other guard talking, about 5 minutes into it, the first guard that God had put on my heart, he's like, you know what? Matter of fact, this scar I have right here over my eye, that happened when I was 21. It happened in a fight. Yep, in 1999. Yep, when I was 21. Yep. Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. And he started saying about having all this, I'm having a gift, and I kind of ignored it. So I asked him, did I still bother him? He said, no, I didn't. So I'm like, okay, cool. So the old man began talking some more, and then I'm just like, okay, well, if you change your mind, I said my goodbyes. I got their names officially because I've always seen them, never got their names. So I'm like, look, if you change your mind, you go to the doctor, get it checked out. You know, the doctor can heal you, sure, but God wants to deal with you personally. If you change your mind, you know, I'm available. Just let me know. You know, he's like, all right, thank you. And he's like, yeah, you got a gift. I'm like, oh, not me. That's my favorite thing on everything. People are like, oh, you're a good guy. I'm like, no, not me. You got this, not me. I mean, I say that because the way it's implied is like I have something special that nobody else can have. And I'm like, no, anybody can have this. Anybody who believes can have this. You know, I'm nothing special. And that's definitely not downplaying a relationship with God, because that is special. But that's not saying that only a few people can have it, you know, on that level. So I'm just, I'm thankful about this experience because, you know, here I am praying about it upstairs, and by the time I come downstairs, the Lord had already he'd already began working. And though it may not have still been bothering him, like my mind took it the rest of the way, but the beginning part was accurate. 21 years old, he received an injury. And I just thought that was amazing. You know, prayerfully, this guy's foundations will be shaken. His whole paradigm will be shaken just from this little experience. And again, all that to say, you know, let's continue to step out on faith and take risks. You know, praying and asking God to work through us, because look, we got to trust that He hears our prayers. We're not living in sin. So there we are, and I'm getting a phone call which is interrupting the video. So prayerfully, that's been a blessing to you. All right. Until next time, be blessed.